tonight. We have a very short agenda, but we're glad you're here. We always proceed each council meeting with a word of prayer and pledge of allegiance. If you'd like to, please feel free to join us. Would you bow, please? Lord God, we stand humbly in your presence. Lord, thank you for the many blessings you bestowed upon us in the city. We pray, Lord, for our decisions tonight, that they be in line with your will. We pray for your watch over our city.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Now I'll call this meeting to order. Mr. Garrett, would you call the roll, please, sir?
Mr. Grimes?
Here.
Ms. Tucker?
Here.
Ms. Mel?
Here.
Mr. Ledbetter? Here. Ms. Webb?
Here.
Mr. Jones? Here. Ms. Isby?
Here.
Okay, you should have received copies of the March 28th, 2023 City Council minutes. Any corrections, changes, or comments?
Make a motion for approval. Second.
Have a motion and approval to accept the minutes as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 7-0. We have a couple of proclamations to read tonight, but we have a very special group here tonight. We have, let's see if I can get this right, because Miss Mel will not forgive me, Women's Leadership Academy. Correct. Wave your hands, everyone. It's a big group.
Make them stand up. Make them stand up, man. Make them stand up.
Mr. Jones would like for y'all to stand up and wave. Welcome. Welcome all. All right. Next up, we have this is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, and we have a proclamation tomorrow that we'll put online and for our telecommunicators. That is by far one of the toughest jobs in the city, because they go from, quite frankly, from people upset with them because their trash didn't get picked up to having to tell someone how to do CPR on a loved one. It's a very demanding job, and we have a really great group of telecommunicators, but we will recognize them with a proclamation tomorrow. This week is National Community Development Week for our community, and I have been told that I have to read this proclamation and then have my picture made with Shawana. Come on, Shawana.
Why?
Because she said so.
He was told to.
She's very photogenic. So.
Yes.
She's very what?
Because if I don't,
Oh, I thought you said something.
If I don't, she and Jamie and Felicia won't tell me what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. All right.
Step on up there.
I'm up here.
I'm talking to her. She acting like she's scared to get over there, mate.
Whereas the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development implemented the Community Development Block Grant Program in 1974 for the purpose of providing local governments with the financial resources to assist low and moderate income persons. And whereas the City of Conway has utilized nonprofit and neighborhood-based organizations to address neighborhood and human needs, and whereas the CDBG program has made, I just might as well say the whole word, has made a significant impact in the City of Conway by improving streets and drainage, providing affordable housing in the Pine Street community, transportation services for multiple nonprofit organizations, the completion of a remodeling project for an overnight shelter, park improvements, and the implementation. Sheila, would you come up here and read this for me? Wow. Of a splash pad in Fifth Avenue Park, and whereas the City of Conway and other local governments have clearly demonstrated the capacity to administer the CDBG program to identify, prioritize, and resolve pressing local problems. Now, therefore, I, Bart Casper, Mayor of City of Conway, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim the week of April 10th through 14th, 2023 as National Community Development Week. And we have Miss Shawana with us tonight. She really does. Shawana and Felicia and Jamie, and then my wife at home. That's the group that keeps me in line. Telling me what to do.
I thought you didn't tell
Keep
me.
going, jump.
That's going to be my
Well, as some of you may or may not know, Faulkner County is getting ready to celebrate 150 years, and I can speak for myself and Mr. Ledbetter for sure. In 1973, when we had our centennial celebration for 100 years, And I can remember there were some really good beards and some really bad beards. And then we had a group of horses race some professors from UCA, from Mayflower back to see who would win. The horses won just barely. The horses nearly died. The professors did great. But there was a lot of great things going on in Conway at that time, in Faulkner County, but 150 years old. That's almost as old as Mr. Ledbetter. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones.
Hey, don't call my name. Read the paper.
Whereas Faulkner County was founded on April 12, 1873, and whereas today we gather at the county courthouse, which will be tomorrow, on April 12, 2023, to celebrate the county's 150th birthday, and whereas the city of Conway, founded in 1875, is proud to serve as the county seat of Faulkner County, and whereas this proclamation shall be placed in the county's time capsule to be opened in 150 years. You gonna be there?
If you
sorry.
make it, if you gonna make it.
At the Faulkner County Tricentennial Celebration of April 12th, 2173. Wow. Now, therefore, I, Bart Castleberry, Mayor of Conway, do proclaim April 12th, 2023 as Faulkner County Sesquicentennial Day. So, Faulkner County, happy birthday. Shawana, you're gonna have to start putting smaller words for me to pronounce on these. All right. Thank you, everyone, for indulging me there. We have community development up next. I will handle this for Mr. Hawkins. First up is consideration to approve the nominations for the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Board for the city of Conway. And this council, this will complete the open positions that we have on there. The three people are Lori Ross, whose term would run through December 31st, 2024, Adina White, December 31st, 2025, and Carol Delaney, which would run through December 31st, 2026.
Make a motion for approval of the ones that are submitted. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve these names as submitted. Is there any further discussion or comments? Mr. Garrett.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Passes 7-0. Next, council, we have a consideration to approve Dr. Katerina Pitchford for the Conway Corporation Board of Directors for the city of Conway.
Make a motion for acceptance of the nomination. Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept this nomination to the Conway Corporation Board of Directors. Any further comments or questions? Mr. Garrett.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Passes 7-0. All right, this is going to be fun here. We're just getting us headed down a good road. Next up is a resolution approving the artist selection for the arts mural projects for the city of Conway. Council, as you know, this is something that we've looked at for some time. We would like to paint murals on some of our city buildings, City Hall, some of our fire stations, and bring a different look to downtown. And we have a list of artists to do the work, and what we're asking you to do is approve the list of those artists.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this resolution approving the artist selection for the Conway Arts Mural Project. Any further discussion? Mr. Garrett.
This will be resolution R2318. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed.
Passes 7-0. Next up, we have an ordinance. I think it's our only ordinance tonight to approve a support staff for the Conway Airport. Mr. Briley is here to speak to us. Come on up, Jacob.
Hey, thank you. This is just to add another line tech position to the airport staff. We currently have 2 full-time line tech positions, myself and Tim Huey. And we are about 35,000 gallons more this first quarter than we were last quarter. And right now it's just me and Tim. So we're in a big hiring right now, trying to get some more line tech positions. And this will help us kind of fill those gaps for the weekends and the tougher days that we have. So that's right.
And I would like to brag on Jacob and Tim, 2 guys, and they've split the weekend time out there, just those 2. So you've done a great job keeping things running, you
Thank
2
you.
guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Make a motion for the adoption of the ordinance along with the emergency clause. Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt this ordinance with the emergency clause. Any questions or discussion for Jacob, or anyone else?
What number?
31.
31. All right, no further discussion? Mr. Garrett?
Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Aye.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
And the emergency clause, Mr. Ledbetter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Grimes?
Aye.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Aye.
Ms. Isby?
Yes.
Ms. Mel?
Aye.
Those both pass 7-0. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
In our last bit of business tonight, council, this is another exciting one. It's a resolution approving JCI construction for the College Avenue and Ferris Road roundabout project. Mr. Jones is here.
Good evening. Okay, so we did open bids on the roundabout at College and Ferris that I think everyone's looking forward to. I will say that that the bid did come in a little bit over what our expected dollar amount was, but as you all are probably aware, prices have gone up significantly on a lot of construction materials, and also contractors are just, they've got plenty of work right now, so it's tough getting competitive pricing at this time. However, we had hoped the project would come in around $1 million. This one came in about $1 million. What was it? $1,100,000.
27,860.
27,000. In looking back through the, we're pretty confident we can bring this in under $1 million when it's all said and done. But this comes out of our impact fee account. We've got a little over $2 million in that account right now, so we've got plenty of money to complete the project.
How long do you think it'll take?
Well, our
That's
hope
always
is
the question.
to get started as soon as possible, and I think I think we had 150 calendar days on the project. Maybe it's either 150 or 180. Our hope is to get it operational by the end of the summer, before school starts. We'll start. They'll do as much work as they can before school lets out, without closing down any or disrupting traffic, and then we'll hit it hard during the summer and have it operational. Maybe not completely finished, but at least operational when school starts.
And JCI has done a number of projects for the city. They're doing the Veterans Plaza. When they hit the ground running, they go.
They did our last roundabout that we actually bid out. Of course, we built the last one up at Salem and Tyler in-house, and then but the Salem and Irby, they did that project and did a very good job on it.
And hats off to your crew at Salem and Tyler. Everyone,
Yeah,
that's everyone's favorite roundabout. Your crew and Jacob, did a great job.
That's all.
Speaking of Veterans Plaza and the work, I drove by Saturday and there were crews working on Saturday. So thank you very much to them, getting it done.
Yeah, they're getting on it. So, anyway, any questions for Kurt?
Make a motion for the adoption of the resolution R2319. Second?
I have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution approving JCI construction for the roundabout at College and Ferris. Any further discussion? Mr. Garrett?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Passes 7-0. Thank you, Kurt. We have the Community Development Department sponsoring a community conversations on fair housing, and everyone is invited. It's this Wednesday, April 12th at 5:30 p.m. right here. And everyone that was here tonight, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed it. You got in on a short meeting tonight, so please come back and see us again.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, you
Yes,
mentioned
sir.
earlier the county's 150th birthday
Yes.
tomorrow. They are actually having their event downtown in front of the old courthouse from 4:30 to 6 with food and a variety of programs and speakers and whatnot, starting at 4:30 tomorrow, April 12th.
And if you want to attend this one ever, you better come because it'll be 150 years for the next one. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.